What's going on, Tar Heels? Jeff, Allen, back at you again with the third episode of Full Count Carolina. And Jeff, tonight I wanted to kick
Well,
this
yeah.
thing off by not talking about softball, not even talking about the Diamond Hills, but I want to
Well,
talk
by
about
extension.
Vance Honeycutt. That guy gets an invite to spring training and is now 4 for 4
Here's the
for
thing.
home.
He's not even an invite. He's not even an invite. He is one of those guys that they'll bring up some of the minors
Mm.
players on a daily basis. They say, okay, we're going to bring these guys with the thing. So he's not even an invite. He's not even a non-roster invite. He's just an extra that they've been bringing up periodically. And
And
I
all
mean,
he
yeah.
does is hit the ball over the fence.
And he's in each of the 4 games he's been in, they brought him in as a pinch runner later in the
Yeah.
game. And then he gets one at bat or so. The first game he was in, he actually got 2 plate appearances. And he walked the first time.
Yeah.
He walked. So, but it's 4. I mean, obviously we know walk doesn't count as an AB. So, I mean, 4 ABs, 4 home runs, and the one he hit the other day, goodness gracious, 471 to center. I mean, crushed it. Just crushed it. And I watched a little interview with him that somebody had one of the Orioles guys had posted online, and just hey, he said, hey, I'm just seeing the ball really well, trying to get the barrel on it.
I don't know who his fifth one. I don't know the fourth one who he hit it off of. The first one came off of Jacob Kroger, a Braves minor leaguer.
Yeah.
Home run number 2, Derek Eddington, a Rays minor leaguer. Sean Reed Foley, a Braves major leaguer. And I don't know who hit the home run off the fourth home run off of.
I'll give it to you in a second.
Astros minor leaguer Miguel Ulala.
Ulola. Yeah, Miguel Ulola in the 8th inning.
90 miles, a 92.8 mile an hour heater.
I think it was like 110 off the bat or something. I don't know. I think I saw 110 off the bat, something like that. 471 feet, though. I mean, he absolutely crushed it. So, yeah, I mean, good on him. So, hopefully, I mean, it's spring training. Hopefully it's a sign. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come, and he'll be able to, get him into, see if they started. Maybe they still. I mean, he finished up in a high A last year. He was in high A all last year, and I mean, everybody knows the struggles. He only hit like 170 something, 173, I think. Strikeout percentage was like over 40%, which has been the bugaboo on him anyway. His sophomore year at Carolina, when his strikeout percentage went down, his power also went down. So, I figure I've said from the very beginning, if he gets in an organization in a farm system with some good hitting coaches, they'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
The talent's there. It's there. They've just got to figure it out. And hopefully this gives him confidence now. And he could carry that into the season and maybe get up faster than he was expected to now, because it had kind of been delayed for a little bit. The expectation, the forecast for his major league rival had even been pushed back to like 2028. They were projecting at one point last year towards the end, because he had been struggling so much.
Right.
So, and that's like MLB Pipeline or something I saw that on. So maybe that just, we'll see what happens with it. But good stuff.
That dude is seeing beach balls for baseballs right now.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
And another team seeing beach balls for baseballs, and that would be the Diamond Hills, completing the series sweep in run rule against Lemoyne this past weekend.
Yeah, run rule fashion, right?
The games never the games never made it out of the seventh inning. I heard Scott Forbes on an interview talk about how his team essentially lost 6 innings of work due to the rule.
Exactly. You get guys that don't get to hit. You get pitchers that don't get to get in there. Yeah, I mean
that's what he was hitting on. They're just going to have to get some of their pitching staff some work during practice, doing some live ABs because they never had a chance to get them in on the weekend series. But I think North Carolina came in and did what me and you expected. I wouldn't say expected. What we said needed to happen.
What we said we needed to see, right? That's what I was going to touch on. I said, we said when we closed out the conversation on Lemoyne last week was, what we really wanted to see, and knowing that it may not happen because baseball is a funny game, but we both thought we really needed to see some run rule games, and well, of course we got that. So we got that in spades, all three of them. That was a string of 4 run rule games going back to the Wednesday game last week against VCU. So
yeah, it's always nice when you get out of there in 7. I mean 6, that's 8 innings of work in 4 straight games.
I mean, when it's a home game and you're there, it's nice because you're getting out of there. You're getting out of there, and you got time to go do some other stuff, right? You're not sitting at the ballpark forever. Though, being at the ballpark's a good thing.
You can go visit Franklin Street.
Yeah, when my buddy and his girlfriend at the time moved down here, and we all started going to we all got season tickets, started going to games together. We always joked because, there were midweek games I couldn't make and stuff because of work and stuff like that. But, when I go on the weekends, every game was like a 4-hour game.
Oh,
and so it started to become a joke that, like, if Jeff's coming to the game, it's 4 hours long at least. So it actually was a joke for a couple of years, and that's how it really kind of panned out. But then again, that was also before the pitch clock and some of this other stuff that was put in place supposedly to speed it up. So yeah, whatever. No, man, but there were some good moments.
I really thought Nicholson really showed some defensive skills. I think North Carolina played well defensively the entire series.
I would agree. I'm just looking real quick. This was one of those series that this is one of those things that I was Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. I was at a volleyball tournament and did not get a chance to watch. I was keeping up on stat broadcast on my phone, so the live stat deal. So I was keeping up with that on my phone. Unfortunately, that's how it panned out. But yeah, I mean, we had one error on the weekend, which that's for us. I mean, that's really pretty good because it almost seems like we're good for an error a game somehow, some way. So didn't have one Tuesday night against Elon, so that's good.
Yeah.
Once you get some of the early season stuff gets out of the way. Yeah.
They took care of Elon 5-1. I think the biggest news coming out of the Elon game is Schaffner being seen in a boot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have not heard an update on him.
Nor have I, and I've scoured.
I have not heard an update on him. I had a friend of mine that was at the game, and texted right at the beginning, and I texted you when I saw it when I got the text that said, "Hey, Schaffner," she said, "Hey, Schaffner's in a boot." I'm like, "Dang on it." So again, I mean, he's been the best hitter so far, but
by far.
Yeah, he has. But you got guys. I think guys are coming along. I mean, the guys are coming along. I think I'm trying to look at numbers. trying to look numbers. Gavin seems like he's been a little slow to come around overall.
Yeah, I feel like Gavin don't really like. Not that he doesn't produce in the early season, but expect like you go back to last season, like Gavin really like early May is when Gavin just turned
Yeah,
on the absolute afterburners and just started crushing everything he's seen,
and they're crushing
whether
it.
it be
Yeah,
over the wall or
yeah,
into a gap.
yeah. And that's fair. I mean, I think he's hitting 250 right now. Got two guys that we had talked about, and we talked about him that spent the first little bit of the season up until the last week or so had been down even below 100. Were Nicholson and Hull, and both of them have come up now to in the 220s. So starting to come around a little bit on them. Both of those are high walk, high hit by pitch guys though, so their on base percentages are 441 and 462. So I mean, they're getting, like I said it last week, they're getting on base.
They're Nicholson's OPS is over 1,000. Owens is almost 800.
Yeah. Well, Nicholson's OPS is up there because he's got those because his slugging percentage is up. His slugging percentage is up there because he's got 3 homers. And he's a guy that, again, he was the guy at the beginning of the season before it started that I said was my pick to lead us in home runs. And he's second now behind Paulson, and Paulson's mashing. He's mashing, man. I saw somebody post the Massapequa masher. I saw.
Yeah, dude. That dude's absolutely crushing.
Massapequa's been pretty good to us over the years. The last few years, Massapequa, New York, been pretty good to us. Johnny Castanazzi, Anthony D'Onofrio, Paulson. Yeah, got the Massapequa connection going. But yeah, and then man, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just think it's, I look at Gavin like he's like a Swiss Army knife. I mean, he played third for most of the year. Then like the late innings against LSU, he went to first base. And then he starts this year off at second base. And now the injury to Jake, I'm assuming he's an injury is why he's in a boot. I don't think he's in a boot if he's not has some type of injury. Then he automatically slides to short.
Yeah.
Gavin's just like the Swiss Army knife of the infield. And
I've heard
Coach say, I've heard Coach say he can play all the outfield spots too, if need be. I mean, dude's just a Swiss Army knife. I mean,
he's. I mean, what you've always heard called the utility fielder growing up. It's what they always called it growing up. And that's big too. I mean, that gives Coach Forbes a lot to play with. That gives him a lot to play with. And I mean, we saw, you saw guys, especially when you start talking about Lemoyne and what playing a team like that enabled us to do was get guys in. You talk about the run rule robbing us of innings for pitching, and also getting guys in maybe earlier, getting guys a couple more innings at batting in the field. But it's still got, I mean, you still got, Sowers, Lee Sowers has played a little bit, but you got him coming in at second base. Sawyer Black is one of those platoon left field guys. He gets in. Perry Hargett gets in center. He's another one of those platoon left fielder type guys. AJ Terry got in at shortstop. And then the big story, one of the big stories out of the Lemoyne series, and it happened in game 3, was Mr. Jaden Nunez.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting here looking at him. He's got almost a 2,000 OPS.
First career hit, and it's a grand slam. So that's a special moment right there, man.
I mean, you don't get any better than that. I mean,
that's
your
a special
first
moment right there,
is a grand slam. I mean,
that is a special moment.
That's your first at bat, first hit, first home run, first everything.
It's all downhill from there, unfortunately. Because you can't. I'm not saying that. I say that jokingly, ha ha, kind of time. But you're not going to hit a grand slam every time. You hit the best. It's a grand slam. So now,
that's like going deer hunting and kill like a mainframe 10-pointer that scores in like the 250s.
You can't. You wind up killing a Boone and Crockett first time out, and you're like, oh crap. Well, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I got my Boone and Crockett.
What's the point of going hunting at that point?
Never gonna do it again.
So
retire on it.
Be like, I'm good. I killed one of the biggest deers that you can possibly kill.
One of the things that came out, another thing that came out of and it was, I said it on social media. I was actually sitting in Outback. I hadn't been to Outback in freaking 20 years. I don't go to a lot of restaurants. We don't go out to eat very often, but I hadn't been to Outback in like 20 years at least. And there was an Outback right by our hotel in Rocky Mount, and we wound up going there Friday night to eat. And I was sitting there keeping up, and I'm like, I looked and I had to double check down at the thing. I'm like, DeCaro gave up a run? I was like, what?
Yeah, that was his first. Lemoyne hit dude, they were jumping on his fastball early in count.
Yeah. They hit the fastball. I will give them credit. They were hitting the fastball. They hit the fastball pretty well the whole time, really. We just,
And that's the most career hits he's given up in a game.
Yeah, he gave up 9 hits. He went 5 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 5 strikeouts, no walks, which,
that's
that whole first game. That whole first game, we only gave up 1 walk. And we got an inning each from Jake Kakovic and Riley Leatherman, which are 2 names. Those 2 of those guys that Forbes wants to get. Forbes and Gaines are looking to get some experience. So, it was a 7-inning game, but at least we got those 6.5 in essence for pitching. But no, 7. You're right, 7. I'm right, 7. So at least get them in there and get them some work. So not a bad thing.
The good thing is Glauber got some work. He started against Elon. He was on a pitch count.
Well, they said I was listening to the radio. I was listening to the radio broadcast in the car going wherever I was going. I cannot remember where I was going. No, I was going to pick my daughter up from school that day, and we were listening to it, and they said, Dave Nathan had said he was on a pitch count because Forbes wanted him to be available Friday.
Yeah.
If need be. But he went 2 innings. That's the other. He walked 2 guys in 2 innings. Walker pitched in the Elon game. Walker got the win. He pitched 3 innings. He gave up 2 walks though. He still hasn't looked really sharp yet to me this year.
He
really hasn't looked. He hasn't looked sharp yet to me this year, which, he hadn't been bad, but he hadn't looked sharp yet. Which he hadn't looked sharp yet, which bodes really, really well for us, I think.
Yeah.
When it rounds back into form. I'm nitpicking a little bit like I am probably. But
yeah. I don't think his ERA at the end of the year is going to be over 5.5. So
it's not going to be the 5.59 that it is right now. Not at all. He's actually the highest on the staff right now.
So that only bodes well for North Carolina.
Right.
So, and you said you're not going to be at the game tomorrow?
I am not. Okay. I'm a huge Eric Church fan.
I've seen the post.
Love Eric Church. He's my all-time favorite artist. I've seen him, I've seen him so many times now, but yeah, he's the only date in North Carolina on this tour just so happens to be Friday. Friday night in Greensboro. my brother and a couple friends of ours it's been a thing for the last 3 years, last 3 or 4 tours, where we've picked a date and gone to one show. And it's been in North Carolina most of the time, but we went a few years ago back during kind of during COVID-ish time. We actually went to Philadelphia and saw him.
Yeah.
Because my brother lives in Pennsylvania. So my brother right now, these days, my brother lives about an hour from Pennsylvania or from Philadelphia. So in Pennsylvania. So we went to Philly for a show, but yeah, it's one of those shows. Plus now my daughter has really gotten into music too. So my youngest daughter,
yeah,
and she really wants to go see him. So I was like, all right, we'll go. So I will miss the Friday game, the opening game.
You know what you're missing, right?
What?
They're giving away 1 pack of trading cards.
Yeah, I'll get those. I got somebody that'll get them for me. So
yeah. Well, that's I need some.
I got somebody to get it for me.
I need some trading cards.
I'll get you.
Mainly, I need a Walker McDuffie trading card.
Okay, I'll get you. Yeah, they do. They usually do 3 rounds of that. They have in years past, where they don't do them all at once. They have usually they have 3 different things, and they're usually you get some here, some here, some here. I did actually see that they are selling them this year also now, and it's NIL stuff. It's for NIL somehow. So
yeah, right here, right there. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the trading cards, but they're right here.
But I will be back in time. We will be back in time Saturday to be at the game Saturday. So
the baseball game?
Yeah. I'll be back for.
Oh, never mind. I don't know why I'm thinking about.
I'm not going to. I would not. I wouldn't not go to Cameron, but you're going to have to give me a ticket because I'm not paying like $2,000 or whatever. I ain't paying that for tickets in Cameron. Heck no. I would go if somebody gave them to me, I would go. I'm not Cameron. I'd go. I don't care about that. There's a bunch of them, but
so
and then Sunday baseball, of course, I'll miss because that's volleyball. We got practice when we don't have tournaments, so that kills me on till April. But
let's see. According to the link tree, it's done through athletesthread.com, and it's University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Okay.
Is the university, UNC, NCAA baseball starter pack, which is they have 2 options: 20 cards for $30, or you can do 12 cards.
12 for 20 for $19.99 or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I pulled it up quickly earlier today, but I did not. I did not really look at it. I just saw it was available.
They show some pictures, but that says Amos Rich, Andrew Wallen, Boston Flannery, AJ Terry.
Yeah.
There's a Gavin Gallagher. There's a DeCaro. There's a Walker McDuffie card right there, dude. Dude, that thing is fire.
They're going to have them all. Yeah, they'll eventually have them all. It'll be interesting to see which ones they do initially.
But it says this is a little disclaimer. I might put this in in the description for you guys if you want to check that out.
Yeah, that'll be good to do that for people.
It's called Champions Deck 20 Card Booster Pack. Unwrap the excitement with UNC NCAA 2025 baseball team 20 Card Booster Pack. Each pack delivers a curated roster with a guaranteed mix of 14 base and 16 rare cards, perfect for trading, collecting, or gifting. 14 base plus 6 rare are guaranteed. Premium SL35 gloss print card stock for durability and weight. Chance to pull limited hollow or parallel inserts. So you do have a chance to pull a holographic or some type of insert. I guess like a piece of a game 1 jersey or I don't know.
I wonder how they do that. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't want to speculate. It'd be interesting to see what that looks like.
Yeah. I think I think I'm going to go ahead and buy one of these, and then maybe uh, maybe maybe next Thursday we can if they're here in time.
You unwrap on air.
Yeah, we can unwrap on air. Keep the people entertained while I go get my wallet.
All right. This is one thing I wanted to do, and Alan can jump back in and see this, but I was looking at some information just going on baseball a little bit before we turn over to the week and the past game in softball, and then we'll turn over, I think probably, if it sounds good to you, turn over to the upcoming series for both teams, which just happens to be Virginia. So I got something, and I saw it posted on social media during the season or during the winter, but Carolina during the winter got a really awesome piece of technology, which is it was the first college program in the country to have it, and it's called a Traject pitching machine.
Yep.
Have you seen this thing?
Oh yeah, I've read all about it.
Okay. I don't know if the readers have or the listeners have, but it's just essentially it's a pitching robot, and it loads through this subscription service, and it basically, based on the scouting report, it gives you like arm angle, spin rate, release height, the velocities.
Mm-hmm.
It simulates stuff so real. And there's a quote. I read a quote from Gavin. I've read a couple quotes from players. They got something where Paulson was saying it's completely changed the way he prepares. Taking at bats, in the cage at game speed helps it really kind of slow down the game and boost your confidence when he steps in the box, which could be why he's hitting home runs like he is so far. But then Gavin said, having a machine like that can simulate any pitch type, release height, velocity, and spin rate. Almost doesn't sound fair. So I call that out to highlight that. That's the kind of stuff we talk about Carolina being a premier program and all the nice stuff we have, how nice our facilities are for baseball, the stadium and everything else, the locker rooms, the player lounge, things like that. But this is another piece of equipment that we have. And I don't know if the $9 million anonymous donation that we got played a part in buying this machine or not. I have no idea. That's just me throwing something out there. But it was very cool piece of technology that we're the first college program in the country to have. As of the winter. So
I was listening to Coach Forbes, and he said that the pitching machine, the Traject machine that they have, is the most advanced one out there. And I think that even goes back to the major leagues, because most major league organizations have them.
Yeah.
And so to say that North Carolina has the most advanced one in the country is wild.
Yeah, it is, man.
But I mean, you can plug anybody into it.
Yeah. It pretty much gives you that ability to almost anybody. So again, just a cool thing that I'd seen some information on this week, and I thought I'd throw it out there. All right. Anything else on the Lemoyne?
No, we can sweep Lemoyne like the Diamond Hills did. And we can touch on we'll touch on softball, and then we can talk a little bit about because they're both playing the same team, the same school this weekend.
I wonder if Virginia baseball and softball are just going to travel down together, save the cost. I don't know.
Oh no, that'd be kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they're probably flying. I don't know. They'll probably bus. I don't know.
Charlottesville's not that bad. I would imagine they would bus. I can't imagine they wouldn't bus from Charlottesville.
Yeah, and it's
I can't
baseball.
imagine. I can't imagine.
The softball team ain't flying.
Yeah, I can't imagine either one of them would fly. No, but well, so spoiler alert, I guess, to kind of give away the ending, but unfortunately the win streak came to an end. The softball win streak did finally come to an end on the series finale on Sunday against BC. And we really played with fire the first two games anyway. We really did play with fire the first two games. It took walk-offs in both those games to be able to pull it out. But in both those games, I mean, we had comebacks too. So it wasn't like, it was close and we just held on. I mean, we actually had to dig deep and come back. And to me, that says, that says a lot. The team, when they hadn't been really tested yet, right?
Right. Yeah.
They hadn't really been tested yet this season. And BC is not, if you look at it by the record, BC is not a world beater or anything like that. But they are an ACC team. And we faced some adversity in those first two games especially, and we were able to fight back. And it was kind of some of the same suspects. I mean, Friday's game was Emily Leggett's second walk-off of the year. Kind of the same.
Yeah, she's playing she's just, I don't know if beach ball is the right word for what she sees when she's at the plate,
I don't even know. I'd be interested. Yeah.
She's on like an all-time heater right now.
Yeah. No doubt. She's on it right now. She's hitting what? She's got 11 homers this year. 11 homers through 19 games. 577 average. And her OPS is almost 2. 1.923. Man. Yeah.
But that.
But I was surprised, man. I really was surprised. I thought, I know we talked about last week, and that's what people had. Some of the people you'd seen stuff from some people that had put out there, hey, Carolina's doing these great things and they're run ruling everybody and they're undefeated and they're hitting all these home runs, but the strength of schedule is bottom 30 in the country or something like that. And again, BC's didn't do much. BC leaving the series was, after the series, BC left at 6-12 overall. So it's, again, they're not world beaters, but again, they're an ACC team, and softball's like baseball. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and it takes a pitcher just to have an outstanding outing, which is what it looks like. The pitcher for Boston College had Kelly Colleran. She pitched all 7 innings, only gave up 3 hits, 2 of which were to Emily. Only gave up 2 runs, then 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. But she went all 7 innings.
Heck, she went 6. She went the whole game for them. Pretty much the whole game on Friday. She went 6 2/3 Friday.
And I guess softball's different than baseball, but
and it is. It is. It is. It's not as you'll see that. You'll see pitchers used a lot like that. But that was one of the things that had been one of our shortcomings in years past, is not having a lot. We weren't very deep pitching wise, and I think I said it before. Just being on that call that Zoom that I got to be on for the season preview with Coach Smith, she said that we're deeper this year. We're not going to have to rely on just one one or two arms. We're a little deeper. So
Yeah, and unfortunately for North Carolina, they had 4 pitchers pitch in the game, but one pitcher, Keena Dark, um,
Kenneray Dart, yeah.
7 hits, 5 runs,
Yeah.
3 innings of work.
Yeah, I mean, she's been one of the she had a ton of work last year.
Yeah.
She was one of the ones last year that had a ton of work, that got a ton of work. I mean, even this year so far, she's appeared in 9 games, started 7 of them. She's pitched 33 innings. 2.55 ERA. Yeah. I mean, our team ERA is a 2 right now. And I think we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitchers so far that have pitched, that have seen game action.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like you said, it is a different game on how they're able to throw, and their availability from game to game is a good bit different.
Yeah, I remember watching the women's college World Series last year.
Yeah.
And two of the 3 games, I can't remember which team it was, but the girl absolutely pitched basically the entire college World Series is what the stats were showing. Like, she pretty much threw in almost every game they had played in. And that's one that's wild. I mean, you would think there have to be some kind of wrist fatigue, arm fatigue somewhere. I mean, because them softballs, I mean, they're coming in there. I mean, it's not like they're just lollipopping them in there. Them things got some movement, some speed. I mean, it's not as easy as these girls make it look.
No, it's not.
Because they can make a softball spin in 100 different types of ways. And
they've got, some pitchers have a rise ball. So, it's going to come in, and instead of being like a sinker in baseball, it's going to rise. It's going to come in and rise. So, yeah, it's a different. Yeah, it's a bat and a ball on a diamond, but it's a different deal. And there's a lot more nuances to it too that as you start learning more about, you figure out. But still, the team is hitting a lot of daggone home runs. I mean,
yes, they are.
They are still hitting a lot of home runs. We have 46 home runs on the season. 46 home runs on the season.
Over halfway to the record.
What was the record?
Might be exactly
what I say the record. What I said, 92 or 93. And we are. I mean, we're 18-1, so we're 19 games into the season. 19 games into the season, 46 home runs. We're halfway to the record.
I mean, and now that you're getting,
it's going to get tougher now.
It's
going to get tougher, right?
Home runs are going to slow down.
I do think they will taper off because the competition. The competition is going to get better. It doesn't take away from what we've done for the teams we should have beat like we have, because you still got to put back the ball. You still got to do it. But no, the ACC, like I said, we talked about the ACC is strong. We're picked 7th. I mean, we're picked 7th to finish 7th. We play 5 of the 6 teams ahead of us or on our schedule. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it every week just to kind of highlight what we are facing, so people have a realistic expectation of what's to come. But it's the toughest conference schedule out there.
Yeah.
And that's according to, I mean, that was again something from Coach Smith. But we're still I mean, they're still mashing. I mean, they're still mashing.
Following the loss on Sunday, they turn around and run Rule Stetson. So I mean, it's not like they're
5 home runs in that.
Anywhere. So
five home runs in that game. Ties the most we've had in a game this season. MC Eaton had her first career multi-home run game. Second time this season we've hit a home run in 3 straight innings. I mean, they're still mashing. The hitting, coach line, and it's, if he's not one of the best hitting coaches in the country, I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah.
Now both the Diamond Hills and the Lady Softball Hills turn their eyes to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, it's going to be
4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, respectively.
It's going to be tough.
On the telewebs is where you can find those games.
Interwebs. Yeah. You want to look at baseball first?
Yeah. Well, no, let's just stick with softball.
Okay, let's do softball.
Have all the softball stats picked up.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, now flip the page on it, and Virginia comes to town, number 16 in the country. So they're no joke, man. They are definitely no joke. 20-1 on the season. Their third baseman, Bella Cabral, was this past week. Much like Emily was the week before, the Louisville Slugger D1 player, National Player of the Week. Yeah. Virginia's third baseman, Bella Cabral, got that honor this past week, as well as being ACC Player of the Week. So you got the last 2 National Player of the Week and ACC Player of the Weeks coming together. Together and playing. So we're gonna,
Yeah, it's going to come down. Which team can neutralize the other team's best threat?
Yeah.
If North Carolina can get people on base in front of Emily, then I like our chances. But if it's the other way around, if Virginia can get people on base in front of her, then it's probably not going to be good for UNC at the end of the day.
No, I mean that's the thing. I mean, some of the outings that we've had the last little bit on the mound.
Yeah,
that's gonna have to tighten up. That's gonna have to tighten up because Virginia, you would have to think Virginia's not gonna fail to capitalize. So we're gonna have to make sure that we're gonna have to be on point, and it's a great test, like you said. We're talking about Carolina softballs here, on the come up. If it's not here, it's real close to being here. So this is going to be the first test. Now, I will caution. Go ahead.
North Carolina's ranked. Well, not ranked, but they're getting votes. They're hovering right around that 26, 25 spot, depending on what poll you look at. So it's not like North Carolina's playing the number 4 team where the discrepancy should be a lot, Mm-hmm. They get a number 16 Virginia Cavalier team at home, and this is their chance to say, hey, yes, we're 18-1. Yes, we beat up on a lot of less talented softball teams, but North Carolina win this series. If North Carolina can win this series, then that's going to put North Carolina on the map, saying, hey, we're here, we're deserving of some type of attention. Yes. And what we have been doing isn't a fluke just because the teams that we're playing aren't that great. We can still have the ability to beat good teams. Yeah. That's what's in front of them.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I'll caution people. I will caution people, that if this series doesn't go well, it's not, the season's over. Yeah. the staff is really good. They're really good at turning it around and keeping focus. So, yet and still, this will tell us a lot. This will tell us a lot. I'm not gonna cash or call the season off if the series goes really badly. But it will tell us how close are we to really being on the scene. This is the first measure, and we're going to get, like I said, a lot of teams a lot of our ACC matchups this year are going to be against ranked teams probably at this point. So we're going to get multiple opportunities to prove ourselves. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to see where we're at and what we have right now.
Yeah, because I mean the opportunities for North Carolina to show marked improvement this season. They're, like I said, they're definitely in front of you. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and it is. And you come out of the game, the BC series. To me, it's a good thing to have. To come out of a series like that where you win the series, right? Yeah. But you still are able to find things to work on. That to me is a good thing, honestly. I mean, it might sound counterintuitive to some people, and might not think so, but no, I think that keeps us focused and keeps us sharp, and we know, hey, man, we still got to improve. We still got to keep improving. We won, but we didn't. We kind of scraped by on a couple of those, and so
yeah,
we'll see. Like I said, it's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be tough. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. They're good. I mean, they've got two pitchers that are 7-0 on the year. They got a senior left-hander, senior right-hander, both 7-0 on the year. So, again, it's going to be something else.
It looks like a daunting task, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be, Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be a battle. We might have one that I kind of expect one that I expect us maybe to have, and I just say this knowing the sport and kind of knowing how it kind of goes sometimes, baseball and softball. We might have one that winds up getting away from us. It wouldn't be out of if I'm calling a prediction. But I think we battle. I think we still battle, and I don't think winning the series is out of the realm of possibility by any stretch of the imagination. I'd be thoroughly surprised. I'd be thoroughly surprised by a sweep. I would. I mean, honestly, I'll be surprised by a sweep, but I don't think.
You won't be able to tell. I don't think anything if they sweep them.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope we do, but I'm not. I'm not going to call that. But I don't think winning the series is out of the realm of possibility. I think that's realistic. I think we can really do that, even against a team this good. The season.
No, North Carolina fans, students, they really need to get out there and make a home field advantage an advantage.
Yeah,
especially in this series. Keep a win.
Yeah, I don't think we've had. I don't think I was looking at the number. I was actually looking at some numbers, the stat package numbers the other day. I don't think so far this season. I don't think we've had over like 200 and a handful of people at any given game out there. So, man, it's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem. People can get out there. I know baseball's going. It's on the same weekends as baseball, but you find your way to it. If you don't have baseball tickets, you find your way to softball, man. Go out there, get out there, make some noise.
Yeah, I mean, it's
big series.
It is. Go support the softball team if at all possible.
Yep.
Fast forward into the baseball team. Same team coming from Virginia, the same Cavaliers coming down the pipe.
Or are they the Virginia Blue Devils?
I guess I missed this. I've heard somebody else say something about this, but I must have missed this. So
Okay, so
please fill me in.
the story is Scott Pollard. Uh, Scott Pollard has been at Duke for. Scott Pollard was at Duke for good gracious. How long was Pollard there?
Oh, the head coach.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he
Yeah, I
Pollard.
forgot he left
Pollard.
Virginia.
Pollard was at Duke for 13 seasons, and then I mean, he did. He had Duke. 7 NCAA berths, 4 super regionals, 2 ACC baseball tournament championships, in
No
his time
Scott
there.
Forbes. Yeah,
No, he's not.
okay.
But his 420 wins at Duke are the most in their baseball history. It's not a it's not a Carolina history, but he's done a good job with stuff there. And their baseball field is freaking terrible. I mean, it's all, first of all, it's all turf, and I hate all turf fields. But even it's not. They used to play some of their home games at Durham Bulls Athletic Park. I don't know if they still do or not, but I know they have played there before because we've played them. We've played them there, and we played them there before as recent in a regular season game as recent as when Vance was here. Because Vance I remember Vance hitting a home run off of them during the regular season at Durham Bulls Athletic Park. But no, so the Virginia coach leaves to take the job at Mississippi State, and then Pollard gets the job. And he took pretty much his whole staff. He took pretty much his whole staff, and
sounds legitimate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players transferred from Duke to UVA. I know some of the commits flipped. I'm not sure how. Don't quote me on. I won't quote a number of commits that flipped once he did that, but there were commits. There were a few that flipped up there. Interesting side note.
Some dirty work right there, man.
Yeah, interesting side note though. When my oldest daughter, was in like first grade. No, or was my youngest? No, it's my oldest. When my oldest was in first grade, his teacher assistant in elementary school was Scott Pollard's, Chris Pollard, Scott Pollard. Good gracious, Scott Pollard's a Kansas basketball player. Was Chris Pollard's wife. So, so yeah, so that's an interesting story. And then his son, he's got a son that I think this year is going to be a senior on the Durham Academy baseball team. And that's a baseball. Durham Academy is like 0.2 of a mile from where I live. It's right there. It's it's the school's right there. And my daughter's high school is a charter school in Durham, and they typically play Durham Academy every year. So, we went to my daughter's high school doesn't have a field, so they play their home games at the old Durham Athletic Park, like Bull Durham, the park Bull Durham was filmed and all that stuff, in historic Durham Athletic Park. And we played DA there last year, and of course Pollard was there, and he was in there watching his son, and he had the gun out and was doing a little work on the clocking the pitching and stuff like that. I think he was doing it. I think he was watching his son, but then doing some scouting. Too, because my daughter's high school they finished third, I think, they finished like third in the state, I think, last year in baseball. So, that's just interesting side note, just because I've got a little cross there. But it's going to be interesting because Duke has been, again, they've been decent, and they
solid team.
They've been decent, we've had some battles with them. but yeah, taking that whole group up to Virginia, taking pretty much the whole staff up to Virginia. They're coming in
so basically
11-2.
Macon Winslow's just playing his former team tomorrow.
Yeah, and Macon
weekend.
was Macon. Yeah, Macon. That's a good point. Macon was the guy that said, yeah, you know what, I'm going to stay in the triangle, but I'm going to go hit the better shade of blue.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Charlottesville. I don't wear that orange and all that stuff. But I'm going to wear the better shade of blue now.
Yeah. Thank
Macon
for Chris Pollard going to Virginia so he could get Winslow. So,
yeah, Macon is going to get his. Yeah, Macon's going to get the different uniform. Obviously, playing against a different team than his team, but it's going to feel for him. It's going to feel like a lot like he's playing against Duke.
Yeah,
and it'll be Pollard's. Pollard coming in again. It's two different teams now, back-to-back years facing Carolina on two different uniforms. So just an interesting story to watch. That's kind of been interesting to me this year to see how they progress. Because they got, again, I think they pretty much got the best guys from Duke.
Yeah,
for the most part. I think the better guys came over. And when he came to Duke, when he came to Virginia, they also locked in like the number 4 recruiting class. So they did work.
I guess they really like that guy, huh?
They did work. He's a good coach. I personally think he's a really good coach. I don't have anything against him.
Yeah.
So it's just, but that's we've gotten off topic a little bit on stuff. But I think it's going to be, it's going to be interesting. Their pitcher. Their Friday night pitcher was a guy that came from Duke. His ERA is up there a little bit right now, but again, it's kind of the beginning of the season, and you're going to find that a little bit, right?
Yeah,
it's something you expect to come down a little bit. Probably goes, but I'm trying to flip through notes to see if there's anything huge that stands out. That stands out to me. I just, I think this is one of those ones that,
correct me if I'm wrong. North Carolina swept the Blue Devils last year, right?
Did we sweep Duke last year? No, I think we lost one to Duke. I think we lost one to Duke last year. I think we lost one to Duke last year. I think we lost one to Duke last year.
Did I misspoke?
I think we lost one to them last year. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to take too long trying to figure it out, but it's one of those things that it's an ACC team coming in, our first conference matchup of the season for the baseball team. We will see. I would fully, since he was in a boot, I would fully expect us not to have Schaffner.
Yeah.
So we'll see how.
Yeah, we lost the Saturday game 5-9.
Okay, we'll see how it picks up. We'll see who picks up from there. I think we've still got plenty of bats, plenty of firepower to go. I need to see the walks come down by the staff. I need us to try to tighten that up a little bit. We're going with the the projected rotation is DeCaro, Lynch, and then Boaz. So
that's pretty solid. You can't go wrong there.
No, we've done the flip of the Saturday Sundays, which I like the way it is now. I like the order. There's nothing wrong with DeCaro, Boaz, Lynch, but I like the order DeCaro, Lynch, Boaz a little bit better for whatever reason. I don't know that I could really explain it or put my finger on it exactly, but I like that rotation.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say Boaz is a soft. He's really not a soft tossing lefty. But I mean, Lynch gives you a little something different. That power slider that he throws
Mm-hmm.
in the teens of horizontal break is just ridiculous. So and then he has that mid-90s fastball too. So really gives you something different to look at from the Caro at that aspect than Boaz with that being left-handed and the variety of pitches that he can throw, and we'll just see how it plays. I trust Coach.
Oh yeah, for sure,
He,
for sure.
he definitely saw something in that Friday Saturday swap, or not Friday Saturday Saturday Sunday swap between the two. So I like it. I don't know why, but I like it.
Okay. One thing I will highlight that I think is important to note about UVA, they're averaging their offense has been good. Their offense has been really good so far. So they're averaging 10 runs a game, 10.8 runs a game. They in several categories they are top 30 nationally, and also like top 10 and even more top 10. Like we talked about walks, right? Talked about Carolina, and the walks have been a little concerning to me at times. UVA is 4th in the country right now with walks, at drawn walks, 97 on the season so far. 10th in home runs. They got 24 homers on the season. The average, what are they? 13. Their average home runs per game is 1.85. That's like 13th in the country. Their own base percentage. Their own base.
Up a lot of either.
North
Carolina hasn't given up a lot of home runs this season.
No, we have not. No, we have not. So it's going to be one of those. It's going to be a little bit of strength on strength. Is my point with this? With Virginia's offense so far has had a kind of a historic start according to their literature. A historic start, whereas they've scored a lot of runs. Like I said, they're averaging 10.8 a game. Overall, they're 5th in the country right now with runs scored, total runs scored. So they're up there. They can score. They can hit. They can hit. We've just got. It's going to be strength on strength because we've got the pitching that I think can stymie that, and then we can let our bats take over. And go from there.
And it was a midweek 2-game series with Charlotte.
Yeah, they lost one of them.
Yeah, 14-0 in 7.
It's a midweek game though, man. The midweek games don't.
They lost to Stetson.
They don't kill me. Yeah, they got a 5-6 loss to Stetson, and then that 13-0 loss to UVA. I mean to Charlotte. Those are their 2 blemishes. Like I said, they're not ranked. They're coming in 11-2. Again,
they played VCU close.
They're not playing a lot of stuff. Yeah, they played VCU twice. They played them a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Yep, and they won that series, but they swept the series, but they were all close games, and one of them went
5-3, 5-3, 7-6, and 11.
7-6 win 11. But it's again, their offense has still been on point so far this season, and it's ranks high nationally.
That's because
it's ACC baseball.
Weekend of the series.
It's ACC baseball. Well, yeah, I mean, I saw 31-8.
31, 25, and 13 is what they scored.
I mean, we played Lemoyne. They played Wagner. We played Lemoyne second week of the series. I mean, second.
So. They got 21 against Monmouth.
Yeah. Yeah. And Stetson is usually no joke. I mean, Stetson's usually no joke. That was a Stetson.
But, I said the same thing about ECU. So.
Yeah, and ECU's no joke. I mean, that's the thing. It's midweek losses. I said it last week. Midweek losses don't kill me, just because because 9 times out of 10 you're 9 times out of 10 the staff is kind of trying stuff, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. But at the same time, I don't think you can get blown out 14-0 in a midweek game against the 49er ball club and not go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah, and then they turned around and won 8-1. So,
because if North Carolina lost 14-0 against anybody in a midweek game,
I'm not saying it's
they would be dog cussed until they won another baseball game.
They would, and I get that. I'm just, you know, I'm midweek games are never gonna be, you know, I'm not saying there wouldn't be an exception to the rule, but overall midweek games are just never going to be something for me that I think are a telltale on anything for the season. But we'll see. Like I said, I think it's actually going to be a pretty decent matchup.
No, I agree. I think it's going to be real good, a real good series. I think North Carolina's got to get they got to dispose of the starters a little quicker or do more damage against the starting pitching. A lot of the damage that North Carolina does in these big time weekend matchups comes against the relievers. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Jake and see if you know, was the boot thing just precautionary? Is there really something there, or you know?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a post game press conference after Elon.
I haven't seen anything either. So,
and I haven't seen any media outlets or official statements from the university. So it's pretty quiet so far.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess that's all for me.
Yeah, I think it's it. You know, like I said, it's gonna be a lot like playing Duke. So it's gonna feel a lot like playing Duke probably.
Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of playing Duke this weekend, I guess.
Yeah,
baseball and basketball.
Yep. So,
that's a horse of a different color.
Yes, it is. So,
I'm sure Basar's already has 2 fouls in the first half by now.
Yeah, he does.
And he's not even walked into the arena yet.
He's already got 2. I think we're everybody's officially on Caleb watch though. You know.
Oh God, yeah.
Is he going to play?
Yeah, we'll have to save that for basketball. I'll have to save that for basketball podcast when we do one. But I understand that he wants to play, but unless he's like a full go.
Yeah, unless he's I agree with you. I agree with you.
Because you know, like people are going to be like fighting for rebounds. They're going to
try to hit him. It's going to get
nasty.
nasty. We're gonna have Kendall Marshall against Creighton all over again.
Yeah.
And we got a double bye. And we got the double bye. For the tournament. So it's an extra day of rest.
The double bye.
So yeah, we've already got that. So you know.
Get another week of healing time. Yeah. You know. Split the season series with a number 1 Duke team in the country.
Yeah.
And you know, go worry about performing in March in the tournament.
All right. The last thing I will say on Virginia, and I'm just going to call out a couple players to watch, kind of players to highlight for them. I feel like, and they're not a big surprise here. AJ Gracia, who is a transfer from Duke. He's actually their leader at home runs. He was a preseason Golden Spikes watch list guy, and then Eric Becker as well, their shortstop, who is also hitting, you know, he's hitting like 333, got a couple homers, got like 7 doubles. He was also a preseason Golden Spikes guy. So 2 guys to kind of pay attention to, outfield shortstop guys for Duke. So, I mean Duke.
Keep an eye on.
See, yeah,
I thought you was doing it on purpose.
No, I did not. I wish I had done. I wish I thought to do that on purpose. That was completely me having a
You
brain
should.
fart.
I was just going to let you take credit for it. I just shouldn't have brought it up, I guess.
I'll own it. I'll own it. No, I'll own it. But yeah, that's all I got, though. That's all I got.
Nah, well, we're going to get out of here, Jeff. Good luck
good, y'all.
To the Diamond Hills and the softball hills and the basketball hills and whatever other hills play this weekend.
Everybody else is going on this weekend. And you know what? When all is said and done after the weekend and the week of action for the other sports, the Olympic sports in particular, you can check out Tar Heel Olympic Spotlight.
Shameless plug.
Record on Sunday, drop on Monday.
Drops on Monday. At some point in time, if the editor can ever get things, figured out on time.
That's all right. No, you're good. Yeah, I'll be able to record on Sunday this week because I don't have a volleyball tournament. I just got practice. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Good deal. Well,
out of here.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And as always,
go Heels.
Go Heels.